Maui and the magic of fire. This is a myth told by the Maoris in New Zealand. The Maoris lived in New Zealand a long time before European people settled there. And New Zealand is a wonderful country on the other side of the world, and it's where my brother lives. The people of New Zealand are very proud of their animals, trees, forests, rivers, and volcanoes. A long time ago, when New Zealand was young, there lived a clever demigod called Maui. And a demigod is half god, half human. Every night, his family would gather around the fire sharing stories. And while staring into the blazing flames, Maui began to wonder, where does fire come from? And then, being the trickster that he was, he devised a plan. That night, while everyone was sleeping, Maui put out all of the fires. He went from village to village until there was no fire left in the world. The next morning, when the people woke up, there was chaos. How can we cook our food? Some shouted. How will we keep warm at night? Others screamed. The villagers knew that they couldn't survive without fire. The people went to Taranga, their chief, to ask for her help. Taranga, Maui's mother, asked for volunteers to go to Mahuika to ask for fire. She was the great goddess and also Maui's grandmother. Maui happily agreed, knowing that he had succeeded with his plan. Maui set off in search of Mahuika, carefully following his mother's directions. He knew he could find her and return fire to the world. Finally, Maui reached the end of the earth and he saw the giant mountain blazing red and hot. Maui saw a small cave at the bottom of the mountain. This is where I will find Mahuika, he whispered to himself. Maui crept into the cave, ready to find out the secret of fire. Maui recoiled with fear, for there stood Mahuika, flames glowing, fire burning from every part of her. Who are you? She demanded. It's me, Maui, your grandchild. Her voice softened in reply. Ah, Maui, why are you here? Maui told Mahuika he was seeking fire for the people. Mahuika gave Maui one of her flaming fingernails and said, protect this precious gift, Maui. Take it back to your people. Maui thanked his grandmother and started his journey home. And as Maui walked, he wondered what would happen to the fire if all of Mahuika's nails were gone. He had another sneaky plan. Maui threw the fingernail into the stream and he turned back to the blazing mountain. My grandchild, why have you returned so quickly? Inquired Mahuika. Oh, Mahuika, I'm so sorry, he lied. I dropped your precious fingernail into the stream. Please, may I take another back to the people? Mahuika cautiously gave Maui another fingernail. Look after this one, Maui, she warned. For the rest of the day, Maui returned over and over again, each time making an excuse for another fingernail. Eventually, Mahuika began giving him her toenails. She still had no idea that Maui was tricking her. She trusted her grandchild. And when Maui returned for the last toenail, Mahuika lost her temper. She realized she'd been tricked. How dare you do this to me? Now you will pay, she screeched. And with that, she stood to her full height and she threw down bolts of fire. The mountain became a furnace. In fear, Maui quickly transformed himself into a hawk so he could fly high into the sky away from Mahuika and her fury. And as he flew away, the fire singed the underside of his feathers dark red. And as Maui flew, he called for help from Tawiri Matea, the god of weather. Tawiri Matea responded by sending down the rain, and the mountains stopped burning. Mahuika knew she was defeated, but with her last ounce of power, she threw her final toenail at Maui. It missed, and as he swooped upwards, the toenail landed in a clump of trees. The trees knew what a gift the fire was, so they kept the fire in their wood. Maui returned to his village carrying the dry sticks of the mahoi and the kaikomako trees. He showed the villagers how to make fire by rubbing the sharp point of the kaikomako branch into the soft wood of the mahoi tree. The villagers were so happy that they would be able to cook, keep warm, and see in the dark again. And to this day, the New Zealand hawk has the colour of scorched feathers under its wings, and people continue to use wood to create and to build fire. The end.